Close your eyes, take a slow breath, and allow your mind to travel back, far beyond the pyramids, far beyond the pharaohs, to a time before Egypt rose along the Nile. Tonight we journey to the world's first known civilization, ancient Sumer. Long before the great monuments of Giza, before hieroglyphs covered temple walls, there were cities built from mud brick on the plains between two rivers. This land was called Mesopotamia, the land between the Tigris and the Euphrates. And here, nearly 6,000 years ago, the Sumerians wrote the first words in human history. They pressed symbols into soft clay tablets, creating what we now call cuneiform. These tablets survived the ages, buried under sand and dust, waiting quietly for thousands of years to be discovered. When scholars began to read them, they found stories, lists, prayers, and something more mysterious. Among these records were references to powerful beings, sometimes described as watchers, guardians, or divine rulers. In Sumerian mythology, these figures were known as the Anunnaki, a group of gods said to have come from the heavens to oversee the world. In the calm silence of the ancient night, Sumerian priests would have gazed at the stars, believing the sky was alive with divine presence. To them, the heavens were not empty. They were home to the gods who shaped the earth, controlled the rivers, and guided human destiny. According to their stories, these divine watchers taught early people how to live. They showed them how to farm the land, how to build cities, how to measure time, and how to write. Under their guidance, Sumer grew into a land of temples, canals, and busy marketplaces. The great city of Ur rose beside the riverbanks, its towering ziggurat reaching toward the sky like a staircase for the gods. At night, oil lamps flickered along its streets, and the wind carried the soft murmur of prayers spoken to unseen rulers above. The Sumerians believed their kings did not rule alone. Each city had a patron god, and the king served as a bridge between heaven and earth. He watched over the people just as the gods watched over him. These ancient texts describe a world where humans and divine watchers lived closely connected. The gods were said to observe the earth, guiding events from beyond human sight. They were believed to decide the rise of cities, the flow of rivers, and even the fate of kings. Whether these stories were meant as spiritual teachings, symbolic myths, or memories of a distant past, we may never know. But what we do know is that these were among the earliest attempts by humanity to understand the universe and their place within it. Before Egypt's golden age, before the pharaohs claimed to be sons of the sun, the Sumerians had already built a complex society. They had laws, schools, mathematics, and astronomy. They watched the stars, charted their movements, and believed the sky held secrets of great importance. In the stillness of the desert night, the people of Sumer must have looked upward and wondered who was watching them in return. Perhaps the idea of watchers was a way to explain the unknown. The floods that came suddenly, the harvest that failed or flourished, the mysterious movement of the stars. In a world without modern science, the heavens felt close, alive, and powerful. Over time, Sumer faded. Its cities were buried beneath layers of earth. Its temples crumbled, its language was forgotten, but its stories remained, pressed into clay tablets that would outlive empires. Thousands of years later, when archaeologists uncovered these tablets, it was like hearing whispers from the dawn of civilization. They told of the first cities, the first kings, the first written words, and the first stories of beings who watched over humanity. As you relax and drift deeper into sleep, imagine the quiet plains of ancient Mesopotamia under a starlit sky. The rivers flow gently through the land. The air is warm and still. In the distance, a temple rises, its shadow stretching across the earth. A priest looks up at the stars, believing they are the eyes of the watchers above. And in that moment, in that ancient silence, human history is just beginning.